Hello friends, happy Friday evening. It is Melissa with Junk and Craft Treasures on the Essential Stencil page. So I have this board right here. It is, I have an idea for this too. It is 12 inches, yay K, by 6 inches. Okay, so 12 by 6. And I want to use they came in a 3-pack. So we have this design right here. We have this gorgeous flower right here, and then we have this rose right here, y'all. So this is the rose budding out, this is the actual rose, and then this is 2 roses. So what I kind of am thinking I want to do on this, because it fits perfectly in the center of this, let's start out with white for our background. Side to side like this, so I don't have any brush strokes. It's just crazy. Okay, like I said, we're going to do the stripe down the sides. So this one's going to be super easy. I'm just going to line it up right here and we're good, because this is where we're going to have our color. All right, so we're going to take this and put it right here. So again, if you're a little hesitant, you can take this, put it on here, and see. Here we go. That's going to go right in the center in that green. Okay, I don't have any electronics over there, so I'm not going to worry about it, but I'm going to paint over this. I'm thinking if it looks cute, I can do all 3 of them and do them, you know, staggered. Does that make sense? And just, no, we're going to do 2 coats because I don't like that. I look in the light and I don't like it. I want it to be solid black. So I'm going to dry it and do my second coat. All right, let me see. I may need 3 because I got that white under there. But let me see. Okay, much better. Much better the second coat. Problems. Yay! Okay. Make sure we're good. All right, so I just got that on there. So every time I lay it down, I know that is the back. So let's do our red first. I always have to show y'all this. Too much ink. Hey Gloria, so we are going to offload. It always looks like we have a whole bunch of paint that we're offloading, but guys, it's not. I promise. It's very minimal. And then we have our dry brush, okay? So give me some hearts if y'all can see the difference. Okay. I had a thing on my page yesterday, and I'm like, if it's wrong, just act like it's right. But I think those are part of, I don't know, y'all. I know that's part of blooming. I'm going to assume, we'll see. We'll do the red first, and then if it doesn't look right, we can always go back and do the green over it. It's not going to be that big of a deal. I got one little stem right here. Part of the stem. All right, who's ready to see how pretty this looks? So we're going to take that off. Look at that. And then I'm going to antique the inside of it like we did on the other one so they can all go together. So this is just a simple way to kind of see how the stencil worked, how it's going to look. I'm going to get this dry real quick, y'all. I might end up doing that. I might let that completely cure and then do that. All right, let's move on to the stool. We got 30 minutes, y'all. Let me grab it. My grabber is stuck on my stool. I'm going to have to hit this on the table. I'm sorry. We might use a different color stain. I got it. Okay, so we're using Bare water-based stain dark walnut. And I'm going to flip this over, do the underneath side really, really quick. And remember, every piece of wood that you get is going to stain differently than the one you did before. I don't care if you buy every piece of walnut that looks the same, or if you buy every piece of pine that looks the same. Depending on the grain, the wood, everything's going to look different, y'all. Got a couple. Okay. Isn't that cute? It's got that rustic feel going on right there. This is dark walnut stain by Bare. I say Bare, B-E-H-R. I'm going to get this good and dry. So we're going to stencil. Can we stencil upside down today? I don't know. Can we? Remember, I wrote back on the back of it. So this is my, we're going to take it. We're going to have a little bit of it a little bit of it cut off, but we're going to have this draping down the side of this. Y'all, I think this is going to be really pretty. I got to turn it around. I can't stencil backwards. I'm sorry. Some people are super talented. Yes, I can tag the stain for you. Some people are super talented with stenciling upside down. I am not that person. I am going to add some white underneath here. And I know you're thinking, but we're doing a stain look. I'm not going to add a lot of white. I'm just going to add a little bit for my base because we're on a stain and I want my red and green to be seen. I know, I gotcha. I know, it is so hard. This year's flown by. So I'm just offloading that white paint, and I'm going to do a very, 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 very thin coat. I mean, when I say thin, I mean thin. So pretty. Okay, so y'all, like I said, we're doing this stencil kind of a little bit different, but you're gonna get what I'm doing here in just a second. It's gonna all make sense, I promise. The back side is going to be kind of a flatter, like the front is going to kind of have the indentions, so your stencil won't bleed as much with your flat brush. So if you use the back side that's completely flat, that doesn't have a little bit of raising to it, sometimes it can bleed. So just make sure you offload that brush, and like I said, look at the picture and label it from the picture, guys. I just didn't have mine with me. Okay. Y'all, so pretty. Love never fails. Love never fails. Go back to that one, y'all. Love never fails. Faith, hope, love. All right, let's do Faith, hope, love, because that's the one I was kind of thinking about, the other one that looks super cute. So I kind of want to just see. Now remember, it's going to be backwards, y'all. When I actually stencil it, it will be backwards. I'm good with it right there. All right, y'all. Committing to the project again. Just elegant faith, hope, and love. Y'all, look at that. So cute. So what I think, let me see. I do need to sand that there. I am going to sand it back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to dry this, make sure it's dry. Because that TH got a little bit darker than everything else. I will not, Maggie. I will just add some dead flat varnish. And we're good to go. I can also add some tongue oil. Oh, do I have any over here? That would be pretty. So now we have our faith, hope, and love. And then all I'm going to do, I've already sanded it pretty much how I want it. I've got my dead flat matte varnish. Yeah, shake it up just a little bit. Yes, you can, Cheryl. You absolutely can. Okay, so I just gave that a good shake. I'm going to take one of these brushes and but just remember, let it dry, do all the things. And so what I'll do is I'll let that dry, and then I'll come back in about 3 or 4 hours and put one more coat on it, and then we will be good to go, y'all. All right, so here is our one coat of our stain. And then here is our first project that we did just to experiment with the colors. So just envision how pretty that would have been on here and the colors as well, just to kind of show you with the stain, y'all. And I'm going to say it one more time, guys. Be blessed. Have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see y'all next Friday. Bye, guys.